It's sad because I think a lot of good movies are coming out right now in the past 2 to 3 years. We kind of had a resurgence of movies that maybe we should go to the theater to watch, but we aren't going to the theater necessarily to watch all the time.
Like, man, Dune 1 and 2, absolute masterpieces. I can't wait for the third one. So, like, I'm gonna have to give it to that, honestly, right now.
To say that, like, they're basically, because I know you have a great collection, you have an amazing collection. I used to have a great collection. I don't know that. All Xbox 360 games, PS2 games.
Naffy's over there. Block straight, taking over cause they feel square. Big package for your bitty, baby, love a new van. Been outside for too long, baby, love a new tan. Red ghost off and stop, feel like dandy. Always tiny, but you carry in the family. Crown's heavy, belt shiny, baby champion. We can red lobster pasta with the scampi.
And welcome back to the Time to Deliver podcast. I'm your host, Naffy, and that's my boy, Big Zoe. What's good, Zoe?
What's good, y'all? How everybody doing, bro? You already know. Time to deliver. Working hard. Working good.
Now, we're working so hard that we have a special guest today. My boy, Echoes93. What's good, Echo?
Yes, sir.
How's it going, everyone? How's it going? Yeah, my Echoes93 here, otherwise known as Adam. It's nice to be here, man. Thanks for the invite. I really appreciate this.
Of course.
Thanks
yeah,
for
ready
coming,
to
bro.
talk about all things, nerd related, man. I'm here for it.
Yeah, man.
Love that shit.
This is another fellow deliverer of packages. All right, man. So he knows the stress that we've been through day to day, all the pain, just everything that we had to go through. And he loves anime. He loves all the nerdy stuff like we do. So we're going to hop right into it today. Now, earlier today, I saw The Odyssey. I love The Odyssey. Great movie. But it made me think, what are some of my favorite and top epic like journey type movies? So I wanted to start with you, Zoe. What is one of your favorite epic style movie?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Since you said Journey, the first thing that came to my head, bro, Journey to the Center of the Earth, bro. When I was a kid, watched that movie, bro, and I was like, yo, shit like that made me it kind of opened my mind in real life. I was like, yo, imagine if there's some shit like that just hidden in the world, bro, and we just don't know it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So movies like that, Mummy, you remember like movies like
that's a good one.
Brendan Fraser. That shit was amazing back in the day.
Love that series.
Shit, bro. Let me just pass it over to y'all, bro.
Yeah. What about you, Echoes?
For me, I mean, I don't know if this is recency bias, but like I'm gonna have to give it to Dune right now, man. Like I think
Dune was great.
Like Dune is just taking over my life, like with Dune 1 and 2. Like I'm a big sci-fi guy.
Yeah.
So like I've never read the Dune books and I want to read it, even though like the author he never got to finish it. But like, man, Dune 1 and 2, absolute masterpieces. I can't wait for the third one. So like I'm gonna have to give it to that, honestly, right now.
And I might be speaking on recency bias as well, but I'm gonna go with Predator Badlands. I loved the journey in that movie. He had to go through so much, just different challenges, different people that wanted to kill him, and he had to make sure that he made it through to come back and slay. I believe it was it his brother or someone that he had to fight, maybe his father or something like that.
His father,
and he slayed him.
I was sorry to cut you off, but I was about to mention that brotherly bond in that movie meant a lot to me as well, bro. Like seeing the older brother sacrifice his life for the younger and shit like that. Like that's the reason why he really had that vendetta for the father.
Had to make it back.
It kind of reminded me of Shinobi too, if you guys know that game
yes,
from PS2.
Yes.
Same exact storyline. Like brother and both brothers dueling to the death, bro, and at the end of it, the younger brother who lived came back to slay the whole clan.
Oof.
They turned to demons anyway.
type shit. Now,
well, wasn't that movie gonna be released exclusively for just Hulu or something like that? And they had like a contract where it's like, no, we're gonna release it in theaters as well. For Badlands?
I don't know about Badlands. I'm pretty sure I saw the trailer for that very early, but they did have it a Hulu series for Alien.
No,
And that kind of went with the Badlands movie because it was the same Wayland Yutani company. They made the robots. The robot that he found, that was a Wayland or whatever it was called. Yeah.
No, but he's actually right. I just don't think it's Hulu. It might be Prime Video. I think it's Prime Video.
Prime?
that was
Okay,
when they,
okay.
like,
One of those,
being
yeah.
promoted on that
Okay.
shit. And I was like, damn. Because I know because I didn't watch it because of that at the time. I was like, fuck.
And it's
Oh,
sad
yeah,
because
for sure.
I think a lot of good movies are coming out right now in the past 2 to 3 years. We've kind of had a resurgence of movies that maybe we should go to the theater to watch, but we aren't going to the theater necessarily to watch all the time. So I do think people need to get back in the theater. We need to blow this shit the fuck up. Why? Because, bro, these snacks and all that stuff is way too much money. All right, we got to get more tickets so the snacks can be just purchasable, bro. Like, I have to pay $9 for nachos when I go to movies. It's just a little bit of chip, a little bit of cheese. It's like, come on, man.
A-list, man. A-list is the answer, man. If you don't have AMC A-list, like,
You're
you'll
right.
save so much money, bro. It's the way to do it, bro.
You're right.
I'm telling you.
You're right.
Yeah, man.
So,
That's
hey,
the shout out. I'm not gonna lie. It's a fair shout out right there.
No,
hey,
yeah,
I might be
AMC
getting it soon. Especially, you
Bro,
know, if I move and
4
stuff.
movies a week, can't beat it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're right. You're right. I got to get back into it. Now, those were some epic movies. We'll probably talk more about this subject in the future because there's still movies like Lord of the Rings that we haven't talked about.
Star Wars, the
you know,
originals.
Star Wars, even Troy. We could talk about the original
hell yeah.
Odyssey, stuff like that. So we'll get back to that topic one day. Maybe we'll have Echoes on for another episode, and that's what we'll
Please.
talk about. But I have
come
another
back.
topic for us that you guys might feel you know, you might endear this close to your heart, and that is your favorite animes to rewatch. Because there's a lot of animes that are good, but you might not want to rewatch it. The first time you digest it, you're good. You know? So
Yeah.
what are some of your favorite animes to rewatch, or maybe even to put someone else onto, and that's why you're rewatching it? Let's start with you, Zoe.
I'll say, bro, I mention this anime all the time, bro. And I'm gonna mention it again and again and
Yeah,
again, bro.
yeah.
Short and sweet, and anybody who, even if you don't like anime, bro, you're gonna fuck with this shit, bro. Samurai Champloo, baby.
Woo! That's
Samurai
heat.
Champloo, baby. Yo, I can always, and I'll put somebody on, especially like the first time too. Like, oh shit, yo, that shit was fire, son. Like,
Yeah.
Soundtrack amazing, visuals amazing, bro. Perfectly paced and perfect ending. Cut and dry.
Beautiful. Beautiful. What about you, Echoes?
It's so funny that Zoe says that because that was literally what I was gonna say.
Wow,
Samurai Champloo
wow.
is what- I swear, and it's funny because I'm actually rewatching it right now. Like I'm on
Yeah.
episode 20. Like
That's
it's
funny.
it's one of the greatest animes of all time.
It is.
Just
It
the
is.
soundtrack. It was my introduction to lo-fi.
Yes.
With,
Yes, bro.
What was the guy's name? Nujabes, I think, right?
Nujabes,
The-
yeah.
New
Oh
Jobless.
my
Yeah.
God, like
yeah.
rest in peace to him. But like, man, amazing soundtrack. But since you already said Samurai Champloo, I'm gonna have to give it to Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh,
You-
bro,
like that?
of course,
Yeah,
of course.
And when I saw
He's
you
just
post
like
that
me.
Yu Yu Hakusho skit, like I was like, bro, this is my favorite anime of all
It
time.
is.
bro.
It
Like,
is. It's so good.
No, yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho is what really got me into like that shonen style of like
Okay.
anime, and like
Oh, yeah.
especially in the '90s. I love that '90s aesthetic, like anime style. So like for me,
Yeah.
yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho is my all-time favorite anime, and I'm gonna have to give it to that, man. Like shout out Yusuke Urameshi. So
Hey,
That was
and,
fly.
and for me, I'm gonna go with an anime that I haven't necessarily watched the prequel to this, but this one show stands on its own very well, and that's Soul Eater. Soul Eater, I love rewatching this. I always put people on. It's just funny, quirky, great action. Black Star especially, what a fucking ninja, what a badass ninja. You know, the best part about it is a shonen, but it's funny. You know, it actually makes you laugh. It feels lighthearted, but they're definitely in crazy situations. So for me, Soul Eater, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but classic anime.
oh yeah, the art style of that anime is insane. I don't think I finished it, but I got far into it, and I did enjoy it. But something happened where I just didn't finish it. But I want to get back into that show.
Apparently,
enjoy it for what I
the
was
show Fire Force is a prequel to it.
Mm.
So if you guys have ever seen Fire Force, or if you
Yeah.
like Fire Force, it's the same art style, same writer, so you'll like
Same creator, right?
same
Like,
creator,
guy.
exactly.
Okay.
So you'll like both shows basically.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So yeah, great anime, lots of animes to rewatch, but let's move over to some more live action stuff. I wanted to talk because all of us, we like, fighting shonen animes. We like real live combat in real life. So I wanted to talk about some of the best action scenes that you can remember in any show or movie that you've watched recently. So for me, I'll start. Daredevil season 2, when the Punisher was in the jail, when he just bro stabbing people, just fighting everybody, so many just inmates rushing him and everybody trying to kill him. He's, you can't kill me, you'll never kill me, just going crazy, bro. I'll never forget that action scene. What a masterpiece. What about you? Let's go with Echoes this time.
For me, like, it's funny that, like, you mentioned, like, one-shots. Like, I was also thinking of, like, one-shot scenes. I'm going to have to give it to the Battle of the Bastards. In Game of Thrones season 5 with Jon Snow, where he was just, like, you got that one shot of him just, like, duking it out, going crazy. He's, like, talking to one soldier. He gets killed by a horse. Like, for me, I'm a big sucker of, like, one-shot scenes. And that's a scene that, like, just randomly I think about over and over. Like, I don't want to talk about that last season, but that scene of Game of Thrones.
Too, bro.
Yeah. We don't have to go through that, like, at least not in this episode. But that scene, I think about, like, all the time, honestly. So.
Okay. And Yuzo?
Yeah.
Man, how far can I go? Because you said recent. So
no, just anything you remember. Anything you remember.
Okay, bro. Because I'm not gonna lie, son. We're talking about one shots. I might give you two real quick.
Okay, let's hear them.
So, because you're talking about Daredevil, I have to mention that hallway fight scene, bro. Nothing to this day was able to really live up to the grittiness of that fight scene, bro. And just how, like, you get what I'm saying? How, like, the choreography was just so well done.
Yeah. That whole show, man.
The microwave hitting the guy's head, bro. You know what I'm saying? That alone sells it for me, bro.
I seen that in real life too, on a body cam. Yeah, bro.
That's insane. That guy gotta be dead or in a coma.
Yeah, he was fucked up.
The second scene, bro, is Raid 2, bro.
Okay.
Raid 2, when he fights the Karambit guy, bro. I don't know if y'all ever watched that movie. Ooh,
very good movie. Brutal movie.
Yeah. One of the best fight. I think that's nominated like one of the best fighting movies to watch, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's gritty, violent, bro. Like, straight to the point. Action all the way through, bro. 1 and 2, both of them are amazing.
Now this is like more of a bonus question, but who are some of your favorite actual action stars? Because for me, I wanted to really talk about Jackie Chan and just how creative he was in all of his action scenes, especially in Rush Hour, man. Some of those scenes were just so funny while also showing off insane kung fu, different moves, all that type of stuff. So for me, Jackie Chan was probably my favorite action star growing up to watch. And what about you guys? Let's start with Zoe. What's one of your favorite action stars?
Okay. Well, I would say, like, for me, if not Jackie Chan, I would say Jet Li, bro.
Woo!
You know what I'm saying? I used to love Jet Li when I was a kid, man. All those movies were tough, especially the one that he made with Jason Statham.
Yeah.
The one that he had with Jackie Chan, Forbidden Kingdom. That
yes, bro. And he might be the best martial artist. He might actually be the best martial artist, like, know the most moves and techniques.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely, like the most versatile compared, bro. Like, Jackie Chan is awesome with, like the environmental movements and being the drunken master and shit like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, like, Jet Li, the way he moves, like, and the way his form is, you could tell he, like, really studies on that shit.
And I think he's done funny movies, too. Like, I don't think he's just done action movies. So I think, him and Jackie Chan for sure are in a different league compared to some of these other action stars. Now, what about you, Echoes?
For me, I might have to give it to Tony Jaa. Are you guys familiar with that name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, bro.
So Tony,
he knows.
Like, he was the guy that really introduced me to, like, Muay Thai, because I was always into, like, those martial arts movies. But that was the first time I saw, like, Muay Thai in action with, like, the elbows, the knees, and stuff like that. So, and it was so brutal, his fight scenes. Like, you would just see how, like, just brutal he would fight with, like,
yeah.
just like how he would jab people with his knees and stuff. I was like, what is this? And then I would research it more, and I actually like started doing Muay Thai for a little bit of my own and stuff like that.
Amazing.
So yeah, Tony Jaa was definitely a guy that I really started paying attention to, like I would say a decade ago, maybe more. I don't know, but yeah.
Okay, well,
yeah,
hey, let us know down below what some of your favorite action stars are. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now, we're going to move over to the gaming side just for a little bit. You know, we've been talking about our movies and anime,
let's just keep rotating, nigga. Rotate.
Yeah, let's go to talking about how PlayStation is killing discs and basically forcing the digital era upon us. Now, I know Echoes has a lot to say about this. Me and Zoe have talked about this pretty extensively. So let's get your take first and we'll respond, Echoes.
Yep.
Okay. So let me just show you guys my collection right now. I don't know if like
okay.
So it's not a massive collection, but this is what I have going on. This is my PS4 collection.
Okay,
my
Switch.
collection.
There you
I
go.
got my PS5 collection here, DVDs.
Oh, he's paused on us. We got to pause too. We're keeping that in the video. That was perfect. Yo, the freeze right there was fucking nice. We're gonna keep this rolling. All right, wait. All right, Echoes. Your Wi-Fi went out. So just after you showed us the PS5 collection, go from there.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So pretty much for my PS5 collection there, I have a new set right here.
Ooh.
Because like I'm running out of space and whatnot.
Okay.
So like for me, I'm a 90s kid, right? I was born in 93. I am a big physical media collector. It doesn't mean that I only buy physical media. Obviously, you know, we buy digital too because it's more convenient. You know, we run out of space and whatnot. But what I think Sony is doing right now is atrocious. I'll be completely honest with you. Like, I think what they're doing is that they're really killing off a certain market. They're trying to kill off the middleman, let's say. You know, they just want to take in all the revenue. They want to take in everything that they can get from the consumer. And it's just like, it's very anti-consumer. The people are not having it. I mean, you see it all over Twitter. Every time they post something, it's like they're getting ratioed. Their comment section is just getting obliterated every single time.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like, they're going to have to do something about this. Like, if they release the PS6, you're going to have a disc drive for it. Because if I can't play my PS4 and PS5 games on the PS6, I'm done with you. Like, that's it. Like this is like the PS5 is my last system. I'm not going to upgrade. And I think they realize that. I think they know they have to make a disc drive for the PS6, but I don't think they realize just how bad it's going to get for them if they really don't like actually do something about this. But it's going to be bad. Yeah. We'll see.
I do think the fallout will be bad. Go, Zoe.
Sorry to cut you off, brother. But I was going to say that, like, they're basically, because I know you have a great collection. You have an amazing collection. I used to have a great collection. I don't know what that shit is. It's in fucking storage. All Xbox 360 games, PS2 games.
Sell them to me. Sell them to me.
Stop. I want them. They said they're basically trying to make all that a graveyard. Like, they're trying to pull an Apple and say, this is the new age. No more no more collecting. We're done with that shit. You don't own your games. That's a big thing for them too. And I'm not gonna lie, you were speaking about putting PS4 games and PS5 games in there. This is why I was just telling Naffy, bro. Like, I'm definitely considering next console upgrade is gonna be the series, bro, the Xbox, bro. Because at least you could play old games for certain on there. Yeah. I'll never forget when I pumped in my fucking original Xbox game into the Xbox One. Yep. And that shit started working. I was like, wait, what? I could do that? Yep. I was like, so PlayStation, you bunch of capping ass bitches, straight up, son.
And dev mode too. All that emulation on the dev mode. That's a big feature of the Xboxes right now.
Oh yeah, it's crazy that Xbox actually has that feature where like they can play all these backwards compatible games and whatnot, and it's just like I keep thinking of that one like commercial of like, you know, where the PS4 generation where like Sony was trying to jab it to like Xbox with the whole DRM thing and stuff like that. Yeah. And now I watched that video and it aged like milk because it's like Sony themselves have become the villains now. Like, it's like that one quote from The Dark Knight. It's like, you live long enough to see yourself become the villain, and that's where Sony is at right now. It's like They have lived long enough to become just the backstabbing, like conniving company that they currently are, and it's just like it's heartbreaking to see, really.
I'm not gonna lie. That's why. I have to say this real quick. That's why them and Rockstar fit so fucking good together, nigga.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They both like turned into their worst enemy. Remember how Rockstar used to make fun of corpos, yo, like a motherfucker, yo.
Yep.
Everybody.
Yep. That's like if South Park were to, you know, chill out and just do whatever they say. It's dumb. But I think that Xbox was actually doing a lot of the right things. They made 2 different Xboxes so that people that didn't have a lot of money could get the S, and then people that had a little bit more could get the X. But that ended up shooting them in the foot. People didn't know which one necessarily to buy, and they just went with the PlayStation that at the time only had one type of console released. And now I do think that they may cave and bring discs back, but there's a couple reasons why I'm not sure that they will. One reason is because apparently they have moved that factory into making lenses for cameras, the main factory that was making a lot of these discs. So if they're only really producing lenses, I don't know if they're going to want to shift workers again back into making discs unless we make a lot of noise about it. And if they do try to give a disc drive, I don't think it'll be incorporated into the PS6. I do think that they tried this USB-C disc drive as a test on the PS5, so that if they had to come back to the disc drives, they could with the PS6, but I don't think they were planning on putting a disc drive inside of the PS6. I can almost guarantee that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, for me, like, they're gonna have to do something. Like, because I saw the writing on the wall, right? In the beginning of this console generation, once like Sony had the digital PS5 and then the disc PS5, like I already knew this is like I see where the future is going towards. Obviously, sadly, I got the disc one because I have, PS4 disc and one, and I still want to collect physical media.
Same.
But it's just like I said before, they're gonna have to do something, because it's like if you sell me like a separate disc drive for the PS6, where it's kind of like the PS5 Pro, right? So I have the Pro and I have the disc drive and I can connect to it.
Yeah.
Like if you have something where it's like you can connect it to the console, like I'm okay with that. And if I have to buy it separately, I'll do it because I did it with the Pro. But if you don't give me that option, it's like I don't know what to tell you. Like you're not gonna get my business anymore. Like we're done, and it's just like
I feel the same.
I think they know that. I think as a company they know that, and they have to do something about that.
For sure.
We'll see if they respond. Like you said, I do think that they will in some type of way, but they might fight us back on it. I don't get why discs couldn't become a premium thing before just completely nixing them. Like, some people would have rathered, okay, maybe they only make limited edition discs, or maybe they make us pay $10 to $15 more to have a disc, rather than just nixing them altogether. Like, I know Switch, with the Switch 2, a lot of their game key cards now, because they just can't get the memory to make all these carts. And, there's a lot of games that I get for Switch 1 instead of the game key card, but I'd still rather a game key card than nothing. So I like feeling the case in my hand. I like looking at the artwork and reading the back of it while I'm on my way home. That's just what makes me feel like a kid again. I mean, if they were to put pamphlets and the little instruction booklets back in it, I'd be reading those and I still wouldn't know how to play when I'm done reading it. That's just the stuff I like. So it really makes me sad that maybe our kids and future people won't have that. And they don't even give us a digital version of this type of stuff. They just tell us you're shit out of luck, just play the game. So
yeah, it's the end of an era, unfortunately, and it's like I think a lot of it is just like the nostalgia factor, right? Because I feel like since they're like Zoe, are you a 90s kid too, or?
I was born early 2000s, but you could count me as like a fucking 50s kid, bro. I love.
I mean, you're closer, so like like I'll count you as a 90s kid, but it's like we grew up in this era of just like just physical media, like you said, like with the whole like pamphlets and stuff like that, with the manuals, just like sometimes I remember just reading through the story, the maps, the story, the characters, like how to play the game, and it's just like they're taking that away from us, and they're not even giving us a digital version of that. And it's just like, you guys are just trying to cut costs as much as you can. And it's like, I get it. It's all about revenue, but it's like, now you guys are just coming off as slime balls. It's just corporate slime balls. And it's like, people can see through it. You know, you're trying to rip off the consumer and just impress the investors. And it's like, people are not going to buy into that. If you keep going down that route, it's like, it's just not going to end well for anybody.
I was going to say though, like, to add to your argument, bro, to our argument, I think it's just a bunch of posers in the industry right now. Like in the mainstream industry, that's why indie is on top always. It's going to be on top until these niggas figure themselves out. But it's a bunch of posers in the specific companies and in the console companies themselves. Like, well, not Microsoft's low-key eating it up right now, but PlayStation, you know, I don't really think they remember what it was like for what we spoke about, like having the manual in there, you know, doing cheat codes and shit like that. They don't remember any of that. You know what I'm saying? Like memorizing combos, putting the fatalities on a paper, bro. Shit like that, dude. You know what I'm saying?
None of their old series are back. They didn't revive any of their old series. Meanwhile, Xbox has revived all their old series, and Nintendo consistently has revived / just kept these series ongoing forever. Sony's the only one that wants you to forget about all those old times. And the fallout, I think, is going to be really bad because I think they just want to control the gaming market. They want to control what games we're also playing, because the games that they want you to play, they're going to put on sale. They're going to put them in your face. The games that they don't want you to play, off a sale, or maybe licensing problems start happening and we start losing a ton of games, and they're just going to be lost media forever. If you look at games like Jump Force, that game's completely gone. Games like Rock Band, all the old Rock Bands, because of music licensing, all gone. Those are games that if we didn't have physical versions, we wouldn't ever be able to play them again.
True.
So
it's a travesty what's going on with that right now. And I mean, to add to your point, I like, one of the things that I actually like about Sony is that, like, I like the fact that they like create new IPs, you know, they create new ideas and whatnot. But I do agree with you with the whole notion of, like, sometimes they need to go back to what made them great, like their old IPs, like the Jack and Daxters, like the Rats, like they stick with the Ratchet and Clanks for like the Sly Cooper, bro. Yeah, the Sly Coopers. I love Sly Cooper. The Twisted Metals, you know, like the Ape Escapes. Like they used to have like all these, like they have all these cool IPs. The Resistant games, you know, Killzone. Yeah, they can bring back these IPs. Was amazing, like the best.
Liberation too.
Exactly, and it's like they can bring back these IPs, and it's like, come on, like I know you guys can do something with this. Don't let it just die like this, you know? Like, come on.
Yeah. So they just might though. They might have to die to be revived on some Phoenix shit. Like some companies have to go through that. People have to go through that. You get what I'm saying? So they might just have to.
Xbox went through it, and Nintendo too. So it's Sony.
E-Day, bro.
Yeah, E-Day.
Playing that shit.
It's gonna be nice.
We'll see what happens.
With that.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with the gaming industry. Hopefully PlayStation will come around, but I don't know. But we just talked about PlayStation's future. How about we talk about Xbox's future too? Now, personally, with this Project Helix, I'm hearing that they're going to have a disk drive in it. And what they're saying, which I don't believe this, I think this is a stupid rumor, but they're saying when you put your disc in, they're going to give you a digital version of the game. Now, what do you guys think? Do you think that would revolutionize the gaming industry, change everything for Xbox, and put them on top? What do you guys think? Let's go, Zoe first.
I mean, like, the cork already unloaded, bro. I'm like, yo, yeah, bro. Because that's a big fuck you to PlayStation, bro. Double time. Because remember, they already said fuck you with the backwards compatibility. So now next generation, they're saying fuck you again, bro. And if they did that,
would be beautiful.
It's over.
And let me just add this before you speak, Echoes. Xbox has also started adding PC to a lot of their games, older Xbox games, for backwards compatibility. So
I noticed that on there.
Yeah, we might be seeing a lot of games coming out on PC and on Xbox at the same time. Now, Echoes, you go.
Well, I think with the whole Helix thing, I think it's gonna be a hybrid PC like console, right? Like where you're gonna have Steam, you're gonna have like Game Pass, you're gonna have like Epic Game Store. So I mean, I think that's just an overall win. I mean, from what I'm hearing, it's gonna be more expensive than the PS6 because it's gonna be more powerful and whatnot. So
Yeah.
I think Microsoft needs to be a little bit careful because it's like, yeah, it's cool that you're doing all these things and like the whole CD thing. I think that's amazing. Where it's like, you know, you can stick your CD in and then like keep the copyright. That's all good and whatnot. But the pricing, I think that's where they have to be careful with because if you're selling this console or this PC hybrid, whatever it is, at like $1,500, are you gonna get like yeah? There's gonna be the people that are gonna get it day one, right? Like they're always gonna be there, and it's gonna sell by the millions. But how's it gonna do in the long run? You know, like that's something that we have to consider because it's like if Sony releases the PS6 at a cheaper price, they're regardless of this whole digital stuff that we complain about, the PS6 is gonna outpace it. You know, so it's like like Microsoft has to be careful with the whole pricing and whatnot, in my opinion.
Microsoft might know something. Microsoft might know something that we don't know. Because they're probably looking at the Steam machine and saying if the Steam machine does well, then maybe we could price a more premium console and it'll actually work for them. But I kind of lean with you, Echoes, where I think it's just whoever has the cheapest device is really going to work, the best bang for your buck. I mean, the Switch 2 is selling out like crazy. Everyone has a Switch 2 right now. And they're getting a lot of games third party that you wouldn't even think would run well on the Switch 2. But also, Xbox with this Helix project. Now, I have the ROG Ally. This isn't the Xbox edition, but this is the edition right before the Xbox edition. So, trying out the Xbox mode on this, it is very stable. And it's nice when you can just turn off Windows and you're just gaming and you're not wasting battery and background tasks on Windows. So, I think they actually have made that perfect hybrid console already, which is dope. So if we get an even more premium version of that, then they might have a winner on their hands.
Yeah, I think like they know what they're doing for sure. Because I mean they're Microsoft, so they already work with PCs, right? So it's like this whole like PC like hybrid thing. Like they know what they're doing with it. They understand the model and everything like that. So I think Xbox like they like the ball's on their court right now. Like it's down bad for Sony.
Yeah.
Microsoft, they have every opportunity to just grab like the momentum and make it good for themselves. But they like I said earlier, it's all about the pricing, you know, because like you can have all these cool features, but if you're the most expensive one out of all of them, you know,
and buying Call of Duty kind of forces them to jack up the prices. And I think that was the biggest mistake they made because I don't know if Call of Duty's coming back to where it used to be. It might have been early. Yeah, they have to make a big change.
Take a couple years.
Maybe this was just the shooting game of the 2010s. And then once Fortnite basically came out, all the shooters changed.
Honestly, they might, like, the way everything happened with Ghost and all that, and I want to actually concur a question to you guys after this, but the way everything happened with Ghost and all that, you see how people are actually fond of Ghosts, like, when it comes down to it nowadays. Yeah. So I feel like if they took a couple years and they can make Call of Duty if they want, but they can make just a new, not Modern Warfare, not Black Ops, do something else like they did with that. I think they might be able to pull something off if they want to keep doing fucking Call of Duty that bad.
Well, they have to now.
Pull something like that.
How much money they spent on it and all the lawyer fees and just fighting to be able to buy it. They're definitely going to keep doing Call of Duties. But what I would do if I was Call of Duty, you have your Modern Warfare 4, you keep Black Ops 7, you have a team for each that are going to continue to pump out content for the next 2 years on each game. And then you take a third separate team and you build out that beautiful, perfect Battlefield. What was the Battlefield? It came out after 3. Was it 4 after 3 or there was another one after 3? 4, yeah, 4. Okay, so whatever ones came out like after 4, like where they took some time. They gave it a rest. They did Battlefield 1 after 4. Yeah. That was when it came back. You know, everyone was like, yes. Yeah. Even Battlefield 6, it came back. Everyone's like, yes, we needed this. We missed it. That's what they need for Call of Duty. I think that would help.
Hell yeah.
For me,
But I wanna say-
honestly, I would like to see a new IP from them. Like, I feel
Okay.
like,
hell yeah.
yeah, like I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I love Call of Duty 2 and stuff like that, but sometimes I get a little fatigued. You know, it's like
I feel
every
you.
year Call of Duty, and it's like whether it's Modern Warfare, Black Ops, like I feel like Activision is so like they have all the money in the world, right? Like, why don't you get a team that creates something new, something like original? You know, it's like you'll never know unless you try. Like you have the resources to create something that we've never seen before. And I sometimes wish that they would just get out of this Call of Duty cycle and just like make a brand new shooter, like a shooter that like has nothing to do with Call of Duty.
I want a
like,
Titanfall X Call of Duty style shooter.
Yeah, maybe they could be the ones to do that, because Titanfall was under Activision before, no? Wasn't it like?
I think
or
so.
Was it Respawn? I forgot.
One of them.
So
It was Xbox thing though.
Yeah, Respawn made Titanfall, but I think they were they used to work on Call of Duty, but they branched off and made their own team and stuff. But that's what I'm talking about. It's like, you know, make a new IP. Like Titanfall is so dope. Like we would have never gotten that if they never branched out, you know? So it's like, let's see something new. I want to see new stories.
Take some risks.
Yeah,
I was telling Naffy that though, bro. Activision should do that, and you know who else, bro? Everyone's gonna agree. Rockstar, bro. You remember they used to be pumping out shit like Bully and Warriors, bro? Fucking Midnight Club, bro.
It's perfect you mentioned Rockstar, because actually one of the topics was, is GTA 6 hype or not? Like, are we feeling it? Are we ready for GTA 6? Or are we kind of like, you know, I don't know. Let's go with you. I think you want to speak, Echoes. What do you think about GTA 6?
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I think this is going to be the biggest game of all time. I don't think we're prepared for this game, honestly. I think how Rockstar has been moving, I think they know they have something in their hands that we're not prepared to experience, man. Like, I mean, we've only seen 2 trailers so far. The trailers were awesome.
Yeah.
I think they know what they're cooking up. And I think once it like releases, it's gonna shake the entire industry. Like the entire industry is just, I don't think we're ready for what we're about to experience, because like the last time we had GTA was 2013. Yeah. GTA 5, and that was running on a PS3 like 360. We have skipped 2 generations. We skipped the Xbox One, PS4, and now we're in PS5 Series X. Yeah. So it's like, imagine how much like power they have now to work with them. Like, I don't know if you guys played Red Dead 2. One of my favorite games of all time. Masterpiece.
Me too, baby. Hey.
Hell yeah. Amazing. Like, yo, Red Dead 2, I fuck, like, one of my favorite games of all time. Like, Arthur Morgan, he's gonna go down in the history book. So I'm because of that game, I am so hyped for GTA 6, because I know we're gonna get something that is just gonna be phenomenal.
Yeah, I tell everybody that. I'm like, how I see it is just gonna be like, you see how people say Red Dead 2 is a staple. Like, everybody looks like when Shadows came out, they were like, oh, Red Dead 2 compared to this. Every new game that's coming out, Red Dead 2 compared to this. So I feel like they're gonna take everything that Red Dead was, the mechanics and all, the way you could interact with people, all this shit, and put it right in the GTA universe. Boom. And it's
beautiful.
Just talking shit to random NPCs. They get mad at you, want to fight. Like, bro, it's gonna be insane.
I can't wait to see the RP scene.
Yeah.
I feel like the RP scene might be really big in this game. Oh, yeah. I want to know what they do to capitalize off of RP, because GTA 5 RP is huge.
Integrate it into consoles, bro.
Have to.
Consoles do it. Make crossplay a thing. They gotta stop fucking around with that. They have to. People have their own consoles, bro.
Listen, with PlayStation and with trying to make as much money as possible, they want you to buy every version, like how Pokemon will want you to buy both versions. You know, they're going to want you to buy the Switch version, the Xbox version, the PlayStation, the PC. Let's be real.
Yeah, no, you're right, bro.
Wait, what? So I'm a little ignorant. What do you mean by RP? Like, what do you?
So that's called role playing. So there's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Duh. Yeah, so we want to see how they capitalize on that, because RP is so big in GTA 5. I mean, I have a friend, he pays, I think, $300 a month just to get into the RP server faster. Like, what the hell? That's crazy. And the guy Phantom from AMP, big buku bread off of his RP server. So they're making a lot of money doing this, and I'm wondering, because when GTA 6 comes out, a lot of people are going to abandon GTA 5. So that's going to kill most of the business for a lot of these RP servers, other than the people that are really dedicated to it. I mean, so what's GTA 6 going to do?
They killed it themselves with their recent update, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, with the missions?
Everybody hates them. Yeah, everybody hates them, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody hates them. Double time now. They're like, what?
Here,
Like, bro,
explain what happened.
They drop
Explain what
games.
happened with the missions.
Oh, okay, because you're not too familiar, right, Echoes, or are you?
No, I mean, like, I'm familiar with like somewhat of the online, but I'm not too like crazy about it.
Oh, okay,
No.
okay. So here's what they did, bro. And yo, this is gonna blow your mind, right? So they dropped this new update, and they were like, "Oh, this is the final heist," trying to get everybody back. And I'm not gonna lie, I came back. I was like, "Let me see what this heist is about." You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, they're like, "New heist, bro. Last heist. You got a mansion now. You're living it up. You're ready for Vice City, right?" Not only, bro, did they make this heist kind of shit in bread making, right? Because you get the 2 million, while both your friends could fuck off. They get 200,000. It's like standard default. So they get 200K no matter what. No matter what cut you make, you can't cut off for them. So that's one, right? So two, they made this new system, right? To where you complete the heist once throughout the week, you get the 2 million for yourself. But every other time now, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000. And you know what, bro? They applied that to every heist, nigga. Every heist.
Yep.
So every heist, you can only do it once for big money, and then for the rest of the week, it's shit bread. Until
Basically
next week.
pushing everybody off of GTA 5. It's time for 6. Get ready for 6.
Yeah, or to be grindy. Be grindy or just wait for 6, bro.
No, yeah, they're
that's
probably
OD.
just doing that on purpose, just to get like tell everyone like, listen, like you know what time it is,
Chop,
you know,
chop.
like, you know where we're moving towards next. So
Yeah.
But tell me that's not crazy, though, bro.
no,
That's kind of-
it's stupid. No, for sure. That's like it sounds
Joking,
shit,
Ivan.
honestly. Yeah.
I was like, what?
Now, just this is our last gaming topic. I wanted to ask you guys. So, as a kid, for me, lots of road trips. Just so many times I'm in the car and I reach down and there's always a game system around me that I was playing, a handheld game system. And I wanted to know, what are some of you guys' favorite handheld gaming systems and the memories associated with said system? Because I know, we've gotten older, so we kind of sit down with our consoles and our PCs, our desktops. But when we were kids, we probably played more so on the portable systems. So let's start with you, Echoes. What is one of your favorite portable systems?
I mean, for me, I'm gonna have to go with the original Game Boy Color. You know, like I think, like that was actually my first portable system, and my first game that I played with my grandma actually got it for me. Rest in peace. But it was Pokemon Gold. Like I remember, I was just
perfect.
Yeah, I was pleading. Like you would see it in the commercial. This was like, bro, I'm an old man. I'm 33 now. Like this was like, I'm talking like 1999.
Yeah.
You know, I think when the commercials will be out, I think that game released in 2000 or something like that. No, I think it was 1999, somewhere around there.
The movie came out in 2000.
Yeah, and I would see it all over the commercials, and I'd be like, "Oh, I want this game. I want a Game Boy."
Yeah.
And it's like my mom would hear me say it all the time. So I think my mom, like, she told like my grandma, like, "Hey, this is what Adam wants. You know, like he wants this." And I remember for like Christmas, just opening up my Game Boy Color, seeing Pokemon Gold, like nothing will ever surpass like that feeling of happiness that I ever had, because it was my first handheld, and like, bro, I'm not even joking. I probably put like 200 hours into that game, like playing it nonstop, replaying it. It's just the Game Boy Color, man. It's just the go for me, at least.
For me, there was one Christmas where my dad asked me, "Hey, give me a bunch of options. I'm gonna pick a couple, and I'm gonna pretty much get you what you want, but I'm gonna pick from the list what you get." I said, "Okay, cool." So I made sure, big highlighted, PSP. I need a PSP, right? So this nigga comes back. Bro, it was like he had a sack full of games. I couldn't believe it. He dumped the games on the couch. 10 PSP games and the system. It was the best Christmas of my life. I remember I had SmackDown versus Raw 2007. I had Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. I had Naruto Ultimate Ninja Impact. I had so many of these just goated portable games. And the PSP itself was so good because it felt like I had the PS2 in my pocket. Like playing games like Burnout Revenge and Burnout Dominator. The graphics were almost the same on the PSP as the PS2. And then back in those days, a lot of people had iPods. I didn't necessarily have an iPod yet, so I was using my PSP as an MP3 player. Like, it just was so versatile. The movies on it too. It was the first system where I ever pirated a game. You know, like, I learned how to just do all that stupid stuff as a kid. I got into hacking and all that stuff just because of that. So the PSP for me was groundbreaking. I love that system to death.
Oh yeah.
I have a dark confession to make. I never grew up with like portable like PlayStation consoles. I never had a PSP.
You missed it.
I never had the Vita, and like I always feel like I missed out. Yeah, I always feel like I missed out on it, man. Like when it comes to like portable, I was always a Nintendo guy. I like the Game Boy, the SP, the DS, you know, the 3DS,
yes,
the Switch, of course. But like I love PlayStation. I love their consoles, but their handhelds, I never got into it, honestly. Unfortunately.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. The first, so I'm just gonna say the first one I ever had was the Game Boy. You said that, right?
Okay.
Then preteen, I had the PSP. That I love that. You said that, right? Bro, so I'm gonna say like the time when that shit was like revolutionary to me, because my brother, I think I told you this memory too. At that time, I was really young, and like I had the Game Boy first, playing Astro Boy, Mario Kart, all that shit.
Nice.
And I want to mention too, what Pokemon did you say you had again? Naffy?
Mine's it was Pokemon Gold. The original Gold.
The one I had as a kid?
Yeah.
Ruby.
Ruby. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, I had Ruby as well, but I think the first one I got my hands on was was Sapphire.
Sapphire.
One,
okay, right? Yeah, with Kyogre. Yep.
Yeah. So how about that, bro? First one I got my hands on was the blue one. You got Ruby, and he had gold.
Hey, bro, same side. That, right? We're two sides of the same coin, you know. Ever since we met, bro. Now it's three. Now it's three sides. So hey, you know, I love portable systems.
No, yeah, like, and I was. It's funny that we're talking about Pokemon now, but like I was into like I had every generation from like Gold to like Ruby, Sapphire, like the DS and stuff like that. But like I've just recently, man, Pokemon it hasn't been hitting for me.
It doesn't hit anymore. Yeah, same.
Yeah, like especially with like Power World now. I don't know if you guys are familiar.
Yes,
with, like, Power
yes,
World, like,
very,
over and everything,
very,
but like,
yeah.
I don't know, like Pokemon is just like we'll see how this new one does, but it's like, man, it's not the same. How
the scope is not the same.
It's not, no.
So yeah, we were talking about that too. Power World is killing Pokemon.
Oh yeah,
Pokemon's formula is old, and that's the problem.
Oh yeah,
and they kind of lost the love for the designs.
The lawsuit, right? Like Power World.
Yes,
like,
they did.
Won,
Power World actually beat them because they tried to say that you couldn't capture anything with a round sphere, and then I guess they said that that's too broad of a topic to patent. And I wish they said that about the Nemesis system that we spoke about in Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War. Yeah, because the Nemesis system, imagine if we had the Nemesis system in GTA, so you kill a mob boss, you kill a cartel boss, and then their second in command is coming after you now.
Yeah.
Or even some shit like Spider-Man or Batman or superhero game or vigilante game.
Yeah.
It's like
we were talking about Punisher.
Hell yeah. But I wanted to conclude, right? Because I never got to say it. The console for me was the DS, bro.
Yes.
Yes. Held me through for a very long time, you know.
Yes.
Spider-Man on that shit, Tony Hawk. A lot of games that I cherish, bro. So
And where you like the DS, I think me and Echoes love the 3DS because the 3DS kind of did feel like the evolution. It felt like Pikachu was evolving to Raichu, you know, it still had all the pizzazz that it used to have. The 3DS, you know, with the better resolution, all the games, they had a lot of updated DS games that came over to the 3DS. And then the 3DS, actually, speaking about Pokemon, had almost every generation of Pokemon up to that time be played on it. You could actually buy all that stuff through the virtual console. So
until they closed it down.
And that's the problem with the all digital future. We have the PS Vita store closing, we have the PlayStation 3 store closing, we've already had the Wii U and the DS and the 3DS stores all closed. What else is going to close? Time is just going to destroy all of these games, and we will be forced to rebuy them later just to have access to them, because the next step is them saying this is a timed license. That's what they're gonna do next, or everything's a subscription. You know, we're not gonna own anything anymore, and we're gonna like it. We're gonna like that goy slop. All right.
and thus the great pirate era begins. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
a lot of pirating.
They already have the PS5 emulator loading as we speak. They got Bloodborne running. They have a couple of other games running that are pretty big right now. So fuck with us if you want, and you're gonna see what happens,
Please.
Sony.
Yeah, absolutely.
We find a way. Modders find a way. Bro, modders found a way to shut fucking companies up so many times, bro.
Yep.
Even from software, like, as much as I give them credit, bro, the way their co-op is fucking the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life, bro. Dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And it's funny that modders made all of their games amongst the PC able to do full co-op start to finish.
It's crazy. Modders do more than the people who are paid for the shit.
Yeah.
So.
Well, did you guys know the whole story about the whole Bloodborne thing, or like how they were gonna make a remake? But I think Sony closed down that studio that was gonna make the remake.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh wow. That's
Well, I mean,
insane.
apparently it was the creator of Bloodborne, Miyazaki. He didn't want people to touch his IP, which I'm like, bro, like, why? Like, let this studio make it. You know, like, people are begging for a remake, a 60 FPS patch of Bloodborne, and here you are, like, no, that's my game. I don't want nobody to touch it. And then Sony closes out
your game.
Yeah.
But
Meanwhile, we see Nintendo putting out all these Xenoblade upgrades, remasters, 4K, 60 FPS, all this stuff. They're doing the right things. They're actually listening to the gamers. Yeah. The game was meant for 30 FPS. No, it wasn't, bro. Stop it. Stop it.
Oh, no. If before the PS4, sure, you could get away with that, dude.
Yeah.
That shit was, we were playing shit on 480p and we didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
We didn't hear 720, bro. You know what I'm saying?
The problem is we supported the PS4 so much to where they really got a big head, and they started saying we're the leaders in this. They saw Microsoft was in the dust. They're like, bro, Microsoft can't even sell in Japan. It can barely sell overseas. It's only really big in America, and PS5 and PlayStation 4 was still bigger than the Xbox One and the Series consoles. So it's just rough with people really do become the villains. They really do become bullies in this industry for no reason.
I want to say too, though, they were capping a lot at that time as well, saying a bunch of hoopla about, oh, this shit can't handle split screen, or this can't handle that, just to make a nigga buy another PlayStation. You think we're dumb?
Yeah. When I hacked my PlayStation, all those 60 FPS mods, all that stuff came right up, and they ran flawlessly. It was all cap.
Hey, look, lying out your teeth, bro. No, you could have bended split screen for the games that you didn't add that shit back. Like making new versions of a game and like not having this or that because they're like, oh, the fucking bandwidth, this can't handle this. I'm like, bitch.
Like, just lying, bro. Just lying.
What the fuck are we talking about, bro?
Now,
it's all about control.
Yeah, they're going to control everything, sadly. And we're going to like it. And we're either not going to play games or we're going to be on Steam playing indie games for the rest of our lives, you know?
So. He said we're gonna like it. Naffy's gonna have the ball in his mouth.
Fuck no, bro. Fuck no. That PS6 is gonna be in the trash, bro.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Again, I'm not gonna lie. I'm telling you, I'm moving
to
the Xbox. Mark my words.
Yeah, it's where the the people that care about gaming is. That's where I'm gonna be.
It's gonna be PC for me, man. I'm probably gonna make the full transition.
Same.
I'm upgrading the PC too. I already have the shit there. I need to upgrade the fuck out of it.
There you go. Hey, we're gonna get that done too, Zoe. But so we talked a lot about gaming. I had one more topic for us before we end the show, and that is some of your favorite comic book heroes and maybe what they mean to you. So Zoe, I think you're our resident comic book, person. Who are some of your favorite heroes and why are they your favorite heroes?
Bro, I'm gonna start off with people like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I was from Queens, right? So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm saying that shit was very close to home. Watching that movie as a kid was almost like, oh my god, like I know that place. You know?
Yeah.
Really amazing to see, bro.
That's
dope. I always thought that nigga was just there every time I wasn't looking.
Look, where's Spider-Man? Where is he? Facts.
That's funny.
Wolverine.
The Incredible Hulk too. The polar opposites of each other, but gotta say Hulk. And I'll just go with 5. Right, so that's 3. Ghost Rider.
Yes, bro. Nicolas Cage, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, so good, bro. So good.
Number 5, I'd say only because of like attachment to me growing up, Blade, bro.
Blade, so good, bro.
Blade.
So good.
Just because of the movie, you know what I'm saying? I would say Daredevil, bro, but when I was a kid watching that movie, and it was the first Marvel movie to pop, you know what I'm saying? So I have to give my boy some love.
Okay. What about you, Echoes?
For me, I'm gonna have to give it to Wolverine.
Okay.
Like I'm a big Wolverine guy. Like I just love the X-Men. Like I grew up watching the X-Men films.
Yes, sir.
This new Wolverine game that's gonna come out soon. I'm super hyped for that. That's gonna be
Need it.
Every episode,
Damn near every episode.
Oh no, yeah, it's gonna be amazing. I cannot wait for that, and I will be buying that physically. Of course, you know,
yes.
Gotta support that physically.
One of the last ones.
Yeah, no, for sure. Spider-Man, of course.
Do that too.
Yeah, Spider-Man. I mean, I feel like everyone loves
Yeah.
Spider-Man, but yeah, Spider-Man, of course. But I'm gonna move over to the DC side of things,
Okay.
and a character that I feel like doesn't get enough mention: Red Hood.
Oh, Jason Todd.
Yeah, the second Robin. Yeah, I love. Like, I don't know what it is about his aesthetic, bro, but like, I love Red Hood, man. Like, he's he's. I don't want to say he's like the Deadpool of the DC universe, because he doesn't have like that same like
Healing factor,
sarcasm,
okay.
or the powers and the sarcasm, stuff like that. But it's just like his aura, man. Like, I just love like the whole like he's kind of like an anti-hero type guy, where it's like, you know, he has like this grudge and this vendetta against like the Joker for killing him, and then he came back. Then him and Batman, they go at it a couple times.
Vendetta for Batman.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, and I actually have a couple of Red Hood comics.
Dope.
I'm actually collecting. Yeah, what was it? Under the Red Hood.
Okay.
One of the greatest Batman comics of all time. I love that comic so much.
Perfect.
Yeah, Red Hood, man. He's
but
dope.
To me, every time I try to explain him to somebody who doesn't know him too well, like when they're like, "Oh, like why is he like that?" He's just a Robin with clipped wings, bro.
Yeah,
that nigga is just like, I'm saying he can't fly no more. That boy just straight grounded now.
He's a more dangerous. He's a more dangerous Batman that also uses guns, that has a light healing factor. But I would definitely say he's more reckless, way more reckless.
Yeah. So because of the Lazarus Pit, he's very impulsive and volatile after that. That's why he stays by, at least in every comic now, mostly, unless he's like leading the I forgot what you call them, what do you call it?
I know that team you're talking about too.
Like
yeah.
He's the team of like basically the Suicide Squad of like, but it's like they're strong as hell though. They have like hella strong dudes.
Okay.
You got Bizarre on your team. You know you got some heavy hitters, bro.
Yeah.
He's always a loner though, and but he still shows out for Batman, giving him gifts and shit like that, and
talking a lot of shit.
Talking a lot of shit.
He's nasty in Injustice too. I don't know if you've ever tried it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Big guns on him.
Yeah.
Now, for me,
actually, Deadshot was great.
Deadshot, amazing, and I did like Will Smith's Deadshot, but I might have liked Idris Elba's. Or was it he's different character? He was Bloodsport. You're right. He's Bloodsport.
Developed than Deadshot and cooler.
Yeah,
overall.
Exactly. I really liked his character. But so for me, the first character I would like to talk about is probably Iceman from X-Men. I always thought Iceman was dope. While everyone would kind of look at Wolverine, Cyclops, Jean Grey, I thought Iceman just sliding on those big ice sculptures and stuff, I thought that was so cool as a kid. I always thought like it'd be pretty easy, instead of fighting you, to just freeze you right there and just go on about my day. Like, and then especially when he lost his body later on and he became like kind of an element. Like he could reform his body from the moisture in the air. When he started getting those type of powers, he became an Omega level mutant. I just thought Bobby Drake was a really dope and well-made character. And especially being younger, I could relate to his side of the X-Men more. So it was nice to see him there. Also, another person that I really, really enjoyed was The Flash. Growing up, Smallville, watching that episode where he races Clark, and Clark was keeping up with him, and then he was like, all right, I'll see you next time, peace, and then he dipped. He was out of there. I was like, That's what I'm talking about right there. That boy's fast. And then to see him come to life as Barry Allen in, the Flash TV show on CW, I fell in love with that show. I thought from the casting to just how the character was goofy but smart, fast, and they used a lot of science really to make us understand how fast he was.
He can still be Flash too.
Yeah, I think he should be Flash in this universe. And honestly, when you put the Flash versus a lot of these other speedsters like A-Train, Quicksilver, the Flash is leaps and bounds faster to where only really Wally West and Reverse Flash, when Reverse Flash is kind of juiced up, can run as fast as him. So the Flash was huge for me. Another big guy, Green Lantern, but the Hal Jordan, I believe John Jones Green Lantern from Justice League Unlimited, the black version. He was dope as hell. I always loved that version of Green Lantern. He was just always kicking ass. He was smart. He didn't, let himself get shown up by Superman or Wonder Woman all the time. Maybe Batman, because, Batman got a little bit aura. So, but, I love Green Lantern. And the last one I'll mention is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, from a kid, I loved all those stupid, goofy 90s movies and the big, clunky turtle suits. I loved how Michelangelo loved pizza. I used to tell my mom, I want the pizza that Michelangelo has. Can I get that one? She's like, it's not real pizza. I'm like, make it. Make that. I need it. Cheesy.
It just got like mushrooms and pepperoni on that shit. That's what I used to see as a kid.
But it was so cheesy, bro. That cheese pull was like, man, that's the pizza I wanted, bro. So, and I always thought Raphael was so dope, such a hard character. I kind of, resonated with him more so than anyone else. And when I would play the arcade game, always Raphael or Michelangelo on the skateboard, and just good memories, bro. Oh, and the Game Boy Advance game. I got to give a shout out to that because I was playing all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Game Boy Advance games when I was a kid. So, those are some
2007 movie. So
yes, that was a great movie, and it was like kind of like realistic for the time. Like they did the better CGI and stuff.
Hell yeah!
There's a tying game.
They based it off the comics. Night Watcher, that anti-hero he became.
Yes,
the real stories in the comics, bro.
And we're getting that game soon, right? Last Ronin.
Fuck yeah, but that's about
I think that's being made.
It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope as hell.
It's amazing.
So comics are really big to me. I love gaming. I love movies. Anime. All this stuff kind of culminated to make me the person that I am today. So thank you for everyone that kind of makes these universes, because without these universes, I don't know if I'd be me. You know what I'm saying? There was times when I was a kid where me and my boy where I was making the Rasengan, my boy was making the Chidori, and we were acting like we were clashing. You know what I'm saying? Like those were memories I never can forget. So thank you, Echoes, for coming on the show today, talking about anime, comics, everything. It was amazing, super dope. We're definitely gonna have you back, bro, because you kind of.
We're not gonna talk about the shonen.
You want to talk about? Okay, we can talk about some.
If you want that to be the last topic, or we can save that for later.
You know what? Echoes brought it up. We got to do it. Let's talk about our top shonen anime. Okay, this is the best of the best of the genre. Zoe, you start, because I know Echoes, you're gonna go on for a while. We know. So let's start with Zoe. What are some of your favorite, battle anime, shonen anime?
Berserk. I'd say Berserk, when I used to watch that. The 90s one specifically was amazing.
Yes.
What else? Fucking shonen. I think Dragon Ball Z was also amazing.
Yes, bro. Yes. The GOAT. The absolute GOAT. Now, Vampire, that's a good one. For me, since I know Echoes, you're gonna say my absolute favorite. I'm gonna let you talk about that one. But for me, with shonen anime, I'm definitely gonna say, there's so many, bro. There's so many, and I don't want to say like a seinen, because I was thinking Hunter x Hunter, but Hunter x Hunter is kind of a seinen anime actually. So for shonen, and you already said Dragon Ball Z, probably, the newest run of One Piece has been quite crazy. The quality on the newest, like the last like 4 or 5 arcs have just been top tier animation, storytelling, everything like that. Some more shonen anime. I loved Claymore as a kid. I don't know if Death Note is necessarily a shonen. That might be a seinen, but I loved Death Note growing up, just how intellectual it was. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That was, bro, the dog scene to this day that is the worst dad in anime history. I don't care about Ash Ketchum's dad and Pokemon. That is probably one of the best. The first original season of Pokemon was probably one of the best shonen animes of all time. That show is phenomenal too. But worst dad in anime history is by far the dad in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood that merged the daughter and the dog together. That scene will forever haunt me. But those are some of my top shonen animes.
For sure.
What about
Absolutely.
you?
Yeah, that dog scene definitely like traumatized me to this day. I like I'll see memes of it. I'm just like, man, I've never gotten over that.
No, can't. Now, what about you?
For me, well, I mean, I already talked about it earlier. I mean, Yu Yu Hakusho. That's really what really got me into the whole like shonen thing. I mean, that's always gonna be down in my top 5, really top 3.
Yeah.
More recent though, like moving more into a recent timeline. AOT, Attack on Titan. I mean,
okay. I should have said that.
I mean, Attack on Titan is just like for me gonna go down as like one of the greatest stories ever told.
My
like,
girl cried at the first episode.
Complexity.
Oh really? Oh yeah, no, yeah. It's a show that like it starts out heavy and you think it's gonna go one way, but as the season goes, it just like tampers your expectations and just goes down avenues where you're just like, what is this show? Until that last season, it just.
And can we say the ending of the show was actually beautiful? Like it was actually the ending you probably thought it would be.
It's probably the greatest ending I've personally like experienced. I mean, I know a lot of people are very divisive about it. Some people love it, some people hate it. I think it's a masterpiece, honestly. I think the whole show is just it was gonna end. I'm not gonna spoil it, of course, for anyone that hasn't watched it, but I didn't see it ending any other way but the way it ended, honestly. It had to end that way.
I don't want to spoil either, but I just want to say what Eren did for Mikasa was so beautiful and just great writing, bro. Like it tied everything together and really let you know he wasn't a bad guy. You know, he really wasn't.
Yeah, he was a guy in a very fucked up
circumstances.
world.
Yeah. He had to do what he had to do, like Odious or whatever his name is, Odysseus, however you say it. Odysseus. Yeah. Like I was like, how are we saying this? I was like, nah, but like you're in a tough spot. You know, and that show showed you.
Like Tron a little bit.
Tron.
Right, for sure. And I mean, I'm gonna have to say the last show, like, I mean, AOT, of course, but I mean, you said it also, One Piece, man. Like, One Piece, like, no, One Piece is probably like my number 1 right now. I started watching it. I got late into it. I got into it in 2018.
Okay.
So I would say around 80 years now. But man, like, One Piece, it's just. For me, I really hope Oda lands this like really well because we're in the final saga right now.
Yeah.
But I think when it's all said and done, it's gonna go down as the greatest story ever told. Like I always tell people, it's literally like the Japanese Bible. It's like, and not only that, but it's really about like what's going on in our world right now with secret societies, government corruption.
Yeah.
You know, like going back to slavery. You know, sex trafficking. People think that One Piece is just this like little, happy go like pirate story. It is deeper than that. It is a very deep story, and I think it's gonna go down as one of the greatest. Like I really hope Oda lands in. Like the arc that really just got me into like fall in love with One Piece was Enies Lobby.
Okay.
With the whole Robin scene where it's like Luffy's just screaming out and he gets into like gear second. Like that's just that like
story
when
him
I
and
saw that
Usopp.
arc, Oh yeah. When he got into that beef with Usopp, like once I got to that arc, I was like, this is one of the greatest like pieces of fiction I've ever seen. And,
it still is.
It's only gotten better from there. Marine Ford, the time skip, Dressrosa, Wano was mine.
I was about to say Wano is what like made me be like, damn.
I loved Egghead.
Content, bro.
I'm actually in Egghead.
I love the outfits.
I'm a little bit behind. But yeah, I'm getting through it right now. But yeah, Egghead is good. And I know they're in Elbaf right now. So I'm a little bit behind, but I'm trying to like catch up. But yeah, One Piece.
That's okay, bro.
The one thing that will probably make One Piece the top shonen. Now, In my opinion, the top shonen is Dragon Ball. That's because it was really the first one ever shown to me. It was the first manga I ever read. I've played the Dragon Ball games. It's probably the most I've ever played of any anime style game has been Dragon Ball games. But I will say One Piece, what they do well is there'll be a concept from the first arc and they will bring it back in a newer arc and give it a whole new meaning, make it integral to the story, and just make you have to do like a whole reread of everything because you're like, wait, this was here, this was there. And you start realizing, wait, he had this idea from the start, or he was doing this from the start. So that like just the writing, the world building, how it all ties together is just so crazy. And Luffy had such a lucky but also unlucky journey, like him fighting Enel early, but knowing him being Rubber being really the only person to counter Enel, the only person who would have been able to beat Enel. Like stuff like that is just so crazy. And now seeing the new Gear 5 and all this stuff, how he has like the Toon Force powers and all that, like it's going in such a crazy direction to where I do think Luffy may be one of the best protagonists of all time. He appeals to kids. He also can get serious. He cares about his friends, and he, you know, his second in command Zoro is the perfect person to be his right hand.
I was about to say, like in hindsight too, Zoro is one of the most loyal and best side characters too. Like alongside him, bro.
You know, like, you have a. You know,
they make each other.
You have a good right hand man when he could be the captain too.
That's like Wolverine and Scott, bro.
Yeah, and at some points he is the captain. Like I like going back to Enies Lobby. Like if you remember when like Luffy and like Usopp they were beefing. Like, you know, like Zoro was like, "Listen, I'll leave this crew right now if you don't get your shit together.
Yeah,
if you don't start acting like the captain that I know you are." Yeah, exactly. And it's like that's what I love about One Piece is the depth, is the character development of these characters. Like, like they transition to these goofy pirates to like, no, like we're actual pirates. We're here to get shit done. And like Zoro was like instrumental in that. Of like, yo, Luffy, like if you're gonna be my captain, I need you to demonstrate that to me. Like I don't want to have to act like treat you like a kid. You know, you're the captain of the ship, and Luffy, of course, he becomes that captain. You know, he becomes that guy that's like, okay, I'm gonna show you guys why I'm gonna be king of the pirates and stuff. And it's just
it applies to real life too. That like a lot of the stuff that happens in that shit. You know, like even the part where Zoro took all those attacks that Luffy
from Kuma.
Endured. You know, and he didn't even want anybody to know what happened. Like it's shit like that. You do things in silence. You don't really do
it.
Man,
so stoic.
Yeah,
he was aura farming. Let's be real, he's aura farming.
But sometimes you gotta
the best aura farm.
Him and Piccolo, they just all aura farming, bro. Now, we were supposed to end the podcast a few topics ago. No worries, because guess what? I got one last topic. Okay, I swear this is the last topic.
Okay.
If you could be placed into any anime universe and you also adopt the powers of that universe, what universe are you being put into? Now, for me, I'm going to start. I think I would probably go into the Naruto universe. I do think I would love that battle system the most. And I just think the life of a ninja is dope. Like they have enough, they're modern enough, especially in the Boruto timeline, where I do think I could get around and kind of live the life I live here, but in the Naruto world. What do you guys think? Sure. Zoe, you go first.
All right. Well, I'll say if not Bleach, because if I wouldn't mind being a part of Soul Society. That's one of the shows I love as well.
Yeah, the girls in Bleach too.
That dots, bro.
Yeah.
But if not Bleach, bro, I'd say Avatar, Last Airbender.
Okay, that's dope. That's very dope.
I wouldn't mind being a part of
what
one
bender?
Of those clans, being either fire or probably fire or earth, bro.
Yeah, I think I'd go earth.
Oh, why? Yeah.
What about you?
Like classic show, by the way. I love like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, like I'm gonna keep it boring again. I'm gonna have to go back to Yu Yu Hakusho, man.
Oh
I
yeah.
The whole like just spirit gun thing, like I
Yeah.
love the whole supernatural element of
Mhm.
things because like I don't know, I just like how he's just involved in this like demon world of like dealing with these other entities and whatnot. Just like how like he has these supernatural powers as well. Same with what's his name again? The ginger guy. Fuck, I already forgot his name. Kuwabara with his like spirit sword and stuff like that. Like exactly. I find that whole like just spirit like realm like so interesting and whatnot. So like I'm gonna have to go with Yu Yu Hakusho again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Wow. So I hope you guys enjoyed this special episode of the podcast. Thank you again, Echoes, for coming on. This has been amazing. Like I said, we're going to definitely have you back on because this was a conversation. It felt like, we all were just talking for years before this. You know what I'm saying? It seems like we all just got along. So that was amazing. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers. So please hit that subscribe button. Zoe, as per usual, do you have anything to say before we end the podcast?
Yo, I know I'm looking a bit dark, but I'm not feeling a bit dark, bro. Light that fire, bro. Yeah, I'm saying, and keep to the path and trust in God. Everything will be okay, bro. Love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Echoes, what you guys say to the people, man?
No, yeah. Well, I mean, first of all, thanks again for having me, man. Like, I'm a big geek, as you can tell. Like, I love talking all things anime, geek, comic, and stuff like that. So, thank you guys for having me, man. Like, I know I've been bugging you for a minute. Like, yo, get me on one of your episodes.
We're gonna get you on
I
more.
definitely want to talk to you.
Bro.
So, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. And like you said, Zoe, God always first. And yeah, man, I really want to run this back with you guys. Just let me know. I started my new job at USPS and stuff like that. So I'm still in the delivery business and whatnot. So I just started my orientation. So I'll be busy here and there, but definitely hit me up and whatnot.
We definitely
we'll run this back.
We definitely will. Sure. Hey, thank you guys for watching again. We'll see you guys next time. Time to deliver. Peace.